Hello everyone, my name is Dylan Chotoshensky and I am in Bradley Schwartz class for 2D game development. Um, so for my project, which is our project one, I created a video game for our choose your own adventure, and each background image technically follows a 1280 by 720 um, display. And each room also has two sets of buttons, except for the ones that have the wrong choice, which will feature a one button, or the ending room, which would also feature a button as well. Um, what's unique about my project is that it includes sound within the presentation for the project, which you will hear after I begin playing the game. But um, yeah, each room has a unique sound that goes for each unique object. So, for example, for one of the rooms, this is technically the bad choice room. If you choose this room, there will be sad music being played in the being played, along with background noises of the ambulance as well in the background. And this button right here will return us to the main menu and start us from the very beginning as all, choose your own adventure books do. Um, and another example for a unique room would be the kitchen room. This is a choice room between um, what's the right choice and what's the wrong choice. So once you enter the kitchen, you'll hear kitchen plates in the background being rearranged and reorganized. So each room goes along with the setting that they're supposed to be in. And the way I had done it, I will pull up an example, and I'm sorry for all these objects. There is a lot of them. I think it was this one. Yes, it was this one, for example. So this is for room five, and I believe room five would be, if I do the counting right, I also have to rename these a bit as well. Um, you have room one, two, three. I think room five was the uh rubber sword room. No, rubber sword room. Oh, okay, I remember which one room five was. It was this room. Yes. Okay. So room five is the bedroom um room. So these two buttons correlate with room five. Or which these two buttons correlate with bedroom room. And pretty much the moment you place the sound and use the specific coding, which for example would be the bedroom music, which was the exact same code that we used for our Geometry Dash game. Pretty much what I did was copy and paste that, and from there, pretty much put the stop audio on top of my create button. So when I choose to move to the next room, it automatically stops playing that music designed for that room itself. So there's that, and then the ambulance sound, like for example, like for the coding, this was what I used for the coding, pretty much. Um, but other than that, it's pretty basic. Um, just a simple drag and drop. So like for descriptions, sometimes I had to like increase the width and height sometimes due to me running out of space for some of the typing for this. So it was just mostly like a good gesture of going back and forth with the sprites and just adjusting to the size so it could fit the entire text within that box. But other than that, the only problem that I ran into with this project was mostly just trying to find a good background image for these rooms. And if I could give you an example. So for example, let's create a room, and we'll go here, create room. We'll make this 1280 by 720. And if we were to, let's say, go to background and bring in a sprite, or not a sprite, we gotta create a sprite first. Forget about that as well. Um, go here, create sprite, and we'll just name this random sprite. So then, for example, if we were to, let's say, import an image, hopefully I have it here. If I go over here, I need to see if I have it. Grounded child, there it is, that's what it's called. If I go and import the image and call it grounded child JPEG. The funny thing is the website says this is a 1280 by 720 image, but then when I came to import it, it gave me the actual width and height of it. So it was just more of a hassle just trying to find the right image for each room. So that was the only problem I ran into. That and also the music portion, but I thankfully I had the CIS tutoring help me with that. It was pretty much just simply just grab one command and just drop it on top. But without further ado, we will play the game and I will show you all the rooms and I will stay silent and have the mouse just follow along with the text. and then we'll replay the game just to show that the abandon challenge or adventure button works as well. But yeah, as you saw, each sound represented each different room, and I think this project itself was a very unique one, and I really enjoyed, messing around with the different types of tools in here. The one thing I wasn't happy about, some of the rooms, for example, did not fit the setting, and sometimes the texts were often too big sometimes. Um, for example, let me get rid of this room really quickly. Um, for example, the ending room, as you can see, this was originally supposed to be the a father and another child in the background to represent, it's a happy ending pretty much, but you can tell this giant box here is blocking that. So um you could say, hey, why not just remove the background for the, you know, layer? Well, then the problem would be also finding like a right proper color font for that. And I tried messing around with different color fonts so that it would be viewable for the user, but also not bothering their eyes. There were moments where I was trying to read the text, and sometimes the color of the fonts would blend in with the background or the figures, and it would just give me a hard time reading. So that's why there's these solid boxes for them. Some rooms were perfect without them, like for example, rubber sword room, which is the one where you obtain the sword, but I was still happy with it regardless, if anything. But nonetheless, I think that was the only issues. It was mostly just choosing the images themselves. Like for example, this right here, 1280 by 720. This is the image that I took from an online source and used it, but it had these two cropped outlinings, and this was like the only image I could find that was like 1280 7.8 by 720 supported. So this was what I had to work with, but it still fits with it. But as mentioned, I wanted this to be a pit bull, and as you can see, this looks like more than likely a German Shepherd. But if anything, I had fun with this project, and I really enjoyed messing around with the tools and also messing around with the sound and understanding how entering and leaving a room changes per sound. And I hope you enjoyed this presentation.